Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 different headband styles. So there is the basic headband that Emerson is wearing, there's the knotted headband that Harper is wearing, and there's like the little bow headband that Blair is wearing. And I think these are all super cute, so let's get straight into the video. So for the basic headband, I'm going to measure out 13.5 inches by 1 inch for the strip of fabric that I'm going to be using. And I'm just going to cut that piece out. Then I'm just going to fold over all of the edges around 1/4 of an inch like this. And I'm going to sew down each of them, just creating a neat edge all around the headband. Now that my fabric is nice and neat, I'm just going to grab some velcro and I'm just going to cut a strip around 1 inch long, maybe a little shorter, and this one was like 1/2 inch thick, so I'm just going to be cutting the pieces around in half so that it can fit on the headband. And then I'm just going to take one of the halves and put it on the edge of one of the outside sides, and then I'm just going to sew that on. Once that is secured in place, I'm just going to grab my American Girl doll and put on the headband and see where the other piece of Velcro needs to go to make sure that it fits properly. And then I'm just going to kind of grab that one, make sure it's in the right place, and then sew it on. And just as a note, this one will be on the inside. The other one was on the outside of the headband, but this one will be on the inside so that they can connect together and keep the headband tight. So anyways, that is how you make the basic headband, and you can just leave this one on its own if you want. And this is the first style of headband that I made. However, I'm going to be using this and adding onto it for the next 2 headbands. So if you're interested in making either of those, then make sure you start out with this first. And yeah, let's just get straight into the next one. So for that little tie thing in the center, you're just going to cut out a piece of fabric that is 1 inch by 1 inch. And I know that I did 1.5 inches by 1 inch in this video, but that was a mistake, so just ignore that. So now I have this little piece of fabric, and I'm going to take 2 of the edges that are parallel to each other and fold them in 1/4 of an inch and sew them down, but I'm only going to do this on 2 of the edges. Here, as you can see, I have finished doing that stitching on each of the 2 sides, and now I have the headband on my American Girl to kind of fit where I want it to go, so I'm putting it in between her eyebrows and just kind of getting it where I want it to go, because I don't know exactly where it should go without trying it on her. But now I am basically just kind of holding it on there as I prepare to fold them in and get the knot where I need it. So on the wrong side of the fabric, I'm going to be folding in the edges so that they meet halfway, and it's okay if the headband folds over a little bit because that's what we want, and it should look something like this. But also make sure that the sides that you already hemmed down are on the side and they're not on the top. But then I'm just going to pin that down to make sure that it stays in place, and I definitely recommend that you do this because it's really hard to make it stay in place. But now I'm just going to be sewing down the sides of it, kind of like where I already stitched for the hemming to make it neat, and hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, once you have finished that, your headband should look something like this. And here is the second headband all finished. So for this one, we are going to need to cut another piece of fabric, so it is going to be 3.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And here is the piece of fabric. So now I'm just going to fold over all of the edges 1/4 of an inch and sew around the entire thing. my piece of fabric looks like this, and I'm basically just going to grab my headband and kind of find the middle. It's okay if it's not in the exact middle because you can always slide it around and get it in the position that you want, but you're basically just going to put it under the place that you want it to go and start tying it in a knot. I know that it's really hard to do this because of the fabric being so short, and you could cut it longer if you wanted, but then the bow would be kind of long and it would be weird. But anyways, just try to get it through and kind of get it even on both sides, and then just pull it through and tighten it. And here is the cute little bow on my headband. So there are the 3 different headband styles, and I think that these came out all super cute and I love all of them. And comment down below which one was your favorite. I think that mine might have to be the bow tie one. I don't know, I just really like it and I think it's really adorable. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, but I will see you next time. Bye!